Okay, whatever. This Dahmer didn't even notice.
Here we go.
I knew she was looking down.
This is Ries Wilson, and she is from school 7.
Okay, I'll try to do it. Memories are something that should be cherished, and there are times in people's lives that make them reflect on these memories and think about how lucky they are to hold them so close to their hearts. This is a self-written piece entitled Lost Without You. Dark, desolate room of stillness, an ear-splitting silence. Rapid breathing escaped Victoria's lips as hot tears rushed down her cheeks. Prayers to a God she doesn't know is in existence, wishing for a sign to stop, but the only voice she hears is of the devil pushing her further into the pitch-black room. Emptiness, setting in the entirety of her body. Her hand, about to complete the act that her mind has set out to accomplish, light glimmering off the cursed blade. When a burst of light illuminates in the back of her mind, a small girl with golden trestles emerges from the darkness. The young girl reaches out and grasps Victoria's bloodstained hand with all the strength she can muster in her tiny, frail body. The two stare into each other's eyes and seem to be communicating without words, sharing something no one else can, their memories together. In a sunlit room, plaid blanket on the floor, tiny trinkets, and glass cups filled with imaginary tea, pinkies held high. The young girl with sun-kissed strands flowing down her back wears a smile on her face and shoes like rubies on her feet. A twinkle in her eye as she jokingly speaks in British tones with her best friend. Those days when nothing mattered at all and the smiles weren't suppressed. Those days when they would take pictures and write limericks, not caring about the unforeseeable future. Years change, but the memories they share, they do not. Light in this dim world is hard to come by, so when you find it, you must grasp it and never let it go. Victoria is the young girl's light in this world, her splash of color on a plain white canvas. Without Victoria in the tiny girl's life, she would be so lost. Lost like an explorer without an adventure to take, because when the young girl and Victoria were together, there was always something new to discover, a new game to play. These memories play through Victoria's disoriented mind in the pitch-black room. She looks down at her trembling hands once more, as more tears rush down her cheeks. Memories flood her brain and millions of little voices start to do something similar to a chant. She can't make out their words. She can only hear their rhythms. Victoria blinks and looks down at her hand once more to find that the little girl isn't there. She was only a figment of her imagination. Anger ambushes her veins. A mixture of sorrow and retaliation creeps into her mind. Why, she thinks, how could I do this? Millions of questions zoom in and out of her mind, like bees in and out of their hives. Her sorrow becomes subdued, as her anger becomes more and more apparent. The voices become louder and her brain is in turmoil, her body being consumed by anxiety. How? Why? Where did I go wrong? A dim light starts to go inside of her heart. The words she couldn't hear before were coming through more and more clearly. A war starting to take place within her subconscious. You need to be here. You are loved. These words like bombs being sounded off. As the fight seems less and less like a fight, the voice of reason becomes more evident. Remorse slowly making its way into her hands that have set out to end it all. The hand that planned on taking Victoria away from all the little things in life, all the picturesque moments, the perfect photo ops, the picnics on the warm beaches while her skin swelters in the burning sun. From the young girl that stands before you, and without Victoria in the tiny girl's life, she would be so lost. As the young girl that has now grown up thinks back on this tragic time in her best friend's life, she can't help but think, light in this dim world is hard to come by. So when you find it, you must grasp it and never, never let it go. Victoria is my light in this world. One light that conquered the pitch black room.